Hi, today's video will be about how you can hold your serve. I will give you 4 strategies you can use. I will start with level 1 up to level 4. If you're new to this channel, my name is Patrik Broddfelt, a tennis coach in Norway. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room this time, so it will be a different kind of video today. I'm here in Stavanger in Norway. I'm watching my juniors play the Norwegian Championship. But let's get back to the serve. So what you have to realize is, depending on what level you are, if you're a beginner, the first step is to get that serve into the service box. What you should do is aim in the middle of the service box, because in the beginning it will hit everywhere. So if you aim in the middle, you will have a big chance of a serve going into the service box. You want to put as many serves into the service box as possible. We all know that in today's game, the point is over 70% of the time almost in only 4 shots. So that means the serve, return, serve +1 or return +1. So the points are very short. So it's so important to practice on getting those 4 first shots into the court. And also want you to make sure you have the correct grip. If you don't know the correct grip and the service motion, I've made other videos about that you can watch. I will link it up here at the end of the video. I believe you should practice on the correct grip from the start, because if you start to cheat with a pancake grip, forehand grip, you will have so many faults in the serve. You will hit the serve too low, your elbow might be in the wrong position. So it's really important that you start out your tennis with the correct grip. That will allow you to climb the ladder to the level number 4. The second level is to hit the ball deep in the service box. So put out some yellow lines or jump rope or anything this far away from the service line, and practice on getting good depth of your serve. The reason for that is, if you get good depth on your serve, your opponent can't attack you. So on the next level or higher up, your opponents will start to step into the court and attack you more. So that's why it's really important to have good depth on serve. The third level is to start to practice the wide serve and the serve down the tee. Then you will practice on the placement of a serve to vary your serve positioning. Then you can start to target your opponent's weakness, and you will soon find out what your strength is, if it's hitting down to the forehand or backhand. You should always be aware what your strengths are and what your opponent's weakness or weaknesses are. That's how we can come up with the game plan. The fourth level will then be to add different kinds of spin. I prefer to teach the slice serve first, because I think it's easier to manage. That's when you hit on the side of a ball. So that means you can spin the ball out wide, especially if you're left-handed. That's the first or second serve you should learn, almost the first serve you should learn. So practice on that side spin. Then it's easier to target that wide serve out of the court. In the juice side if you're right-handed, and into the middle on the ad side. So on the juice side, you want to hit wide out. On the ad side, you want to hit down the tee in the middle. Then you start to get your opponent to move a little bit more, and it will be much tougher for him or her to hit a good return back at you. When you manage that kind of serve, you should practice on your second serve. What I mean by that is, you should have a slice serve more into the body, or almost into the tee. So I like to teach a hybrid serve. What I mean by that is, you want to hit it like this. So it's a slice serve, but since you're hitting down here instead of up here, I will sit down so you can sit. So what that means is, if you hit it here, you will also be able to hit with topspin. So we'll have higher path over net, and you will have that side spin as well. And normal slice, you might hit here. So this is a normal slice. So on a hybrid serve, you want to make contact here. So what that means, you will have that topspin serve and you will have that slice serve. So on the topspin, it will go high over the net. It's a safer serve. And also, you will have that side spin into the backhand. So that's the easiest way to learn how to hit a second serve, I believe. And then you can aim that serve to the tee, like this, far from the tee, and it would curve into the body. That would be a really safe serve. You want your second serve to be deep, with some spin, so your opponent can't attack you. The same goes to the ad side. You hit that slicer with a little bit topspin on it, and deep. And the third thing you should focus on then is adding the topspin serve. I don't believe everybody should learn the topspin serve if you're an adult. And yeah, it's more important to have a good, safe serve than trying to have a topspin serve as well. So most of the time, I don't teach the topspin serve to adults. I teach the slicer, hybrid serve, and the flat serve. It's nothing called flat serve. It's always a little bit spin on it, but flatter serve. That's the first step. With my juniors, I teach the topspin serve because I believe it's important to have the topspin serve at higher level, but then you're on a really high level. So on this level, you want to practice on 3 types of serves or 3 positions. You have out wide, into the middle, and down the tee. Down the tee, in the middle, out wide. And you want to mix those serves with spin and power. As you probably heard, I have mentioned nothing about power. That's the last step. When you manage to have a good technique, you manage to put some spin on the serve, you can start adding more power. The power comes from the body. So that means you have to have greater knee bend, and more shoulder rotation and all that kind of stuff. That's not something as a beginner or intermediate player you should start to practice on. It's better to practice on the placement, depth of the ball, and adding some spin in it. If you're practicing by yourself, make sure you also incorporate +1. So what I would like you to do is you're hitting your serve, hitting your target, and landing, and then you step back, have a split step. And now I want you to selfie the ball and practice on that +1. Pick a specific target. Don't just go out and practice the serve. Always add the +1 into it. I will make another video about serve +1, so you will have some patterns you can practice on. And till then, I'll see you next time.